So one of the biggest challenges that we have as web designers is the fact that our our website might look different depending on the browser. Now, this doesn't mean that your website is not going to work. It just means that the browser will make the website render differently depending on their own attributes. So basically, Chrome, Safari, and Firefox, they tend to rent certain elements in different ways. So they tend to provide CSS rules a little bit different. So some people saw this as a problem and created a file called Normalize. So basically, Normalize, what it does is provides kind of the bottom line in terms of CSS styles to all elements. So you can make sure that your website will run in different browsers. I mean, it's going to run anyway, but you with Normalize, you will make sure that at least the bottom line will look and feel the same. Okay, that's what Normalize does. So if you go and you have it on your you have Normalize in chapter 4, and also it's in your exercise folder. So it's just really easy to add. So again, you go link and then relation, and then you style sheet, href, and then go to the style folder, and then go to Normalize. So now Normalize, again, if we save this and take a look at Normalize a little bit, and I'm gonna move Normalize to be at the bottom here, so you can see. So Normalize, what it does, set defaults. So for example, there's a default font family. Basically, all the fonts that are going to be right now displaying on the browser are going to be sans serif. All the sizes are going to be adjusted to 100%. The body element will have a margin of 0. So basically, there's no margin right now. And some browsers, they used to add like a margin, others didn't add a margin. So this is kind of your bottom line. Again, the body is gonna have a margin around. And if you start looking at what Normalize does, there is a lot of comments here. So for example, there is HTML5 display definition. So all these elements here are displayed as block elements. So some of them in some browsers are not displayed as block block elements. They are displayed as inline elements. So Normalize said, okay, all these elements now displays block. Correct. So if you notice here, correct inline block display not defined in Internet Explorer 7 and 8. So basically display that. For these, prevent modern browsers to display audio without controls. So basically sometimes will display the browsers will display the audio without controls. So that's what it does there. So there is a lot of things that the browsers, because they don't get together and say, hey, this is how we're gonna render elements as a default, they don't do that. They just display things in the way they want. So this is what Normalize does, and that's why it's so important, and that's why a lot of people not only use it, but also there's a whole community around getting Normalize better. So for now on, in all your projects, I will recommend to add Normalize to your files.